Hello, I'm your psychological mentor, Park Seni. Today, I'd like us to think a bit more deeply about happiness. I consider myself a very happy person, and that's thanks to all of you. Now, I have 40,000 subscribers. By the time this video is edited and uploaded, I think I'll have already surpassed that. Thanks to all of you, I'm happy, and I'll keep working to become even happier in the future. I've been able to feel and enjoy great happiness since my 20s, and I hope you all can become even happier too. Many people wish for happiness, but unfortunately, there are still so many who don't really understand what happiness truly is or what actions they need to take to achieve it. So I'll be sharing stories that will hopefully help you. What do you think is the opposite of happiness? Unhappiness, sadness, these are probably what came to your mind. But can those really be considered the opposite of happiness? You need to understand that they are not. You know that it's impossible to remain in a constant state of happiness, right? Even when you're in a happy state, there are times when misfortune strikes or you find yourself in a sad situation. When you experience these moments, the happiness that comes in between stands out even more, allowing you to feel happiness more intensely compared to those contrasting emotions. So saying that the opposite of happiness is sadness is really an oversimplification, and honestly, I don't think it's even correct. It's like a kind of duality, like the two sides of a coin. To use an easier analogy, love and hate are the same way. That sounds like the title of a drama. At first, people usually fall in love. Couples are so in love that they can't even bear the thought of breaking up. That's why they end up getting married. While many people live happily after getting married, there are also some who, despite claiming to be deeply in love at first, later have that love fade and turn into hatred. There are many reasons for this, like, I did this much for you, but you didn't do as much for me. In this way, what started as intense love can, due to certain circumstances, turn into hatred so in the end. This too can be seen as two sides of the same coin. Both love and hate require a lot of energy. Unless you're completely indifferent even to hate someone, you have to care about them a lot. So love is also about endless attention. There is always a duality. Then, what is truly the opposite of happiness? What is happiness? It's a feeling that comes with excitement and anticipation. But the absence of that thrill and excitement, what is that? That's boredom. The opposite of happiness is boredom. Boredom refers to a state where nothing happens, everything is calm and flat. So what should you do if you really want to be happy? The answer is clear. You have to do things that excite you, things that make your heart flutter. Only then will you feel happiness as an emotion. To use an analogy, imagine a calm lake. A calm, peaceful lake. In that tranquil state of the lake, you might feel a sense of peace, but it's not a great happiness. So to create some ripples there, you have to throw something like a stone into it. Then, and only then, do waves form and ripples spread out. I think it's exactly the same with us. Only when you take some kind of action do things start to happen. And just like that, you have to do something that makes your heart flutter, something that excites you. Only then, as a result of those ripples, does the state come where you can feel happiness. So you shouldn't just think about wanting to be happy in an abstract way. And what kind of state is happiness anyway? There is no such thing as a happiness that lasts forever. Happiness is something you feel for a moment, and then you return to a calm, unexcited state. Then, if you want to keep experiencing those moments of excitement and thrill over and over again, you need to take a lot of actions frequently. That way, happiness will come and go repeatedly, rises for a moment, then fades, then grows again, and fades again. You need to build up the strength to keep repeating this process through your actions in advance. Only then can you enjoy those emotional states for longer, more often, and more frequently. So while I am happy now, I will continue to take various actions in advance so that happiness keeps coming to me in the future as well. As I mentioned earlier, I am happy thanks to the many subscribers and people who love me. But now that I have experienced this happiness, I will make it even greater. So when I was younger, creating the psychology course was an exciting action for me. So rather than just saying, my heart was pounding, it was more like I would go in without making any appointments, have direct talks, negotiate, persuade, these kinds of actions that could bring excitement. By continuously doing these things, I think all the happiness I am enjoying now, including financial success, has been achieved through such actions. It was the same with my beloved wife. Back then I was hesitating, wondering whether or not to talk to her because I was a shy person. I kept going back and forth, but then I thought, no, I really have to talk to her. So I mustered courage. And those thrilling moments allowed me to meet her and eventually welcome her as my wife. That created opportunities to experience happiness repeatedly. What I'm saying is, you should keep taking action. You can't just feel happiness once. and be done with it. You have to feel it over and over again. I mentioned that there are things that make me happy because of my subscribers. Because I've come to know this feeling of happiness, I want to increase it by gaining more subscribers and contribute more to society, to be of help in some way. That's why since last December, I've been consistently taking action toward that goal. Soon, as things become more concrete, is almost at the final stage, now you'll naturally see what actions I've taken and the happiness I'll enjoy later. And you'll be able to sense for yourselves whether I've acted differently to achieve that happiness. That day is coming soon. So you shouldn't always stay in a flat, calm state. You should always plan, create, and put into practice actions that are bound to excite and thrill you. Only those who keep taking action so that happiness keeps coming. And even when you feel less happy, you can feel it again are able to continue living with a sustained sense of happiness. It's not merely about being happy or not. It's profoundly about having a strong sense of purpose and a meaningful goal to consistently keep feeling truly happy and actively acting on that even more effectively and even better than before. I believe today's video was helpful, so please subscribe, like, and set the notification bell. Everyone always stay strong. I'll see you again next time. Goodbye.